suspect my groundwater on my property may be contaminated, what should I do?
Anybody that suspects that they may be have groundwater contamination on their property, and this is generally referencing a residential property that's on a private water supply well. The first thing I would say is stop using the water. Because whether it's showering or bathing or obviously drinking, if it's contaminated, depending on the contaminant, drinking it obviously is no good, cooking with it is no good. Even showering with it, you might be inhaling the vapors from whatever the contaminant is. So stop using the water. That's difficult because it's hard to shower with bottled water, but you need to resolve the situation quickly. So I would recommend initially calling the Department of Environmental Protection. In Pennsylvania, you can go on their website and it's very user-friendly. They direct you to the appropriate region that you're in, and you would call the department, tell them what you suspect, and they would send somebody out to investigate, which most likely would involve taking a sample and determining, A, are you contaminated, B, or what are you contaminated with, and then they can advise you from there. You might also want to call your own environmental consultant or testing company to take your own independent sample. And then if you do have contamination in your groundwater, you would then be faced with trying to figure out the source of it. Is it something happening on your own property, whether it's a leaking septic tank, or maybe you have an underground storage tank that's causing the contamination? And if that's the case, then you have to resolve the issue yourself. If it's coming from an off-site source, a neighboring property that, maybe there's a gas station upgrading or a manufacturing facility, and then you may have ways to work with that offending party, whether it's a lawsuit. We talked about causes of action, but you'd want to hire a lawyer probably to figure out the best way to get the situation resolved, whether that would be with remediating the groundwater, hooking you up to a public water supply if there's one available, providing you with some kind of a treatment system for your well, or some other type of way to resolve the situation.